Hi, I'm Charlie. I run Spark Creative, the marketing agency I built from nothing but a laptop and pure stubbornness. 5 years ago, I was just another college grad with big dreams and a family who thought I was throwing my life away. Marketing? In this economy? Why not get a real job with benefits? That was my dad, Victor, during Sunday dinner after I quit my corporate job. I still remember the disappointment on his face. But I proved them wrong. Now Spark Creative handles campaigns for clients across 3 states, and we just landed the Henderson account last week, a 6-figure deal that had me dancing around my office when the contract came through. Tonight, I'm headed to another family dinner, this time with actual success to rub in their faces. Not that I'm petty or anything. There she is, the big shot businesswoman. Victor raises his glass as I walk into my parents' dining room. His smile doesn't quite reach his eyes. Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. Client meeting ran over. I kiss Mom's cheek and take my seat across from my sister Melissa. Must be nice to make your own hours, Melissa mumbles, stabbing at her salad. It's actually more work, not less, I say, passing the bread basket. How's your interior design business going? Melissa sighs dramatically. Honestly, it's been rough. 2 clients backed out last month and my rent just went up at the studio space. That's too bad, honey, Mom says, patting her hand. Well, that's the problem with these creative ventures. Victor cuts into his steak with surgical precision. Unpredictable. Not like a real business with structure. I bite my tongue. My creative venture paid for this bottle of wine we're drinking. Actually, Dad, Spark just landed the Henderson account. You know, the retail chain? It's our biggest client yet. That's wonderful, sweetheart, Mom says. Victor nods. Luck plays a big part in these things. Strike while the iron's hot, I always say. Luck had nothing to do with it. We pitched against 4 other agencies. What about you, Melissa? Mom changes the subject. Any promising leads? A few, but people don't value design expertise. They think Pinterest makes them professionals. You know, Victor sets down his fork. I've been thinking. Charlie, your business has marketing. Melissa, yours has design. There's natural synergy there. I freeze mid-sip. What do you mean? Why not join forces? Create a full-service creative agency. Melissa has the eye for design. You handle the promotion side. Dad, we do completely different things. Think about it. Melissa's struggling because she needs better promotion, and you'd benefit from her artistic talents. I already have designers on my team. But not family, Victor says meaningfully. Family looks out for each other. After dinner, Victor corners me in the kitchen while I'm helping with dishes. Listen, Charlie, your sister's having a rough time. You've had your lucky break. Now it's her turn. Lucky break? I worked my ass off. Language. He lowers his voice. Look, Melissa needs this. She's the one with the real vision. She just needs a platform. My company isn't a charity, Dad. He grips my shoulder firmly. You've always been stubborn, but it's time to do what's right for the family. Think about it. I expect you to do the right thing. I slammed my coffee mug down so hard on Trent's desk that it splashed onto his keyboard. Whoa! What's got you ready to commit murder at 9 a.m.? My father thinks I should hand over my business to Melissa. Well, not hand over, join forces with her as the creative director. Can you believe that? Trent leaned back in his chair, eyebrows raised. The same Melissa who couldn't keep her Etsy shop running for more than 3 months? The very one. According to Victor, I just got lucky with Spark, while Melissa is the one with real talent. 5 years of 18-hour days was just me being lucky, apparently. That's some grade A family bullshit right there. Trent rolled his chair closer. What are you going to do? Tell him to shove it? I don't know. He was really laying it on thick about family obligation. My phone buzzed. Diana, my former boss and mentor, was calling. Strange, since we usually just texted. Diana, everything okay? Actually, no, I got a weird call from your father yesterday. He wanted to discuss your transition plans for Spark Creative. Said you were looking to step back and let your sister take a leadership role. My blood ran cold. What? I told him I'd need to hear it from you directly. Is everything all right? After explaining the situation to Diana, I learned she wasn't the only one Victor had approached. He'd contacted at least 2 other industry connections, spinning the same story. Later that afternoon, I stopped by my parents' house to drop off a book Mom had asked to borrow. I was about to announce myself when I heard Victor and Melissa in the kitchen. "The bank won't extend the loan without collateral. I've got nothing left to leverage." Victor's voice was strained. "What about remortgaging the house? Your mother would kill me. Besides, we're already underwater after the last business expansion." "So what am I supposed to do? My landlord's threatening eviction and I've got credit card collectors calling daily." "We'll figure something out. Charlie's business is valued at over $1 million now. If we could just get her to see reason." "You really think she'd sell me a stake?" "Not sell. Gift. For the family. I've been laying the groundwork with her clients. If they start taking their business elsewhere, I'd heard enough." I marched into the kitchen, making both of them jump. "Laying what groundwork exactly, Dad?" "Charlie, how long have you been standing there?" "Long enough. You're telling my clients I'm stepping back? Trying to sabotage my business to force me to rescue Melissa?" Melissa at least had the decency to look embarrassed. "It's not like that." "Really? Because it sounds exactly like that." Victor straightened up. "You've had your success. Your sister needs this opportunity more than you do." "Opportunity? You mean my company that I built from nothing? Don't be dramatic. You got lucky with a few clients. Melissa has a real artistic vision." "Stop. Just stop." I held up my hand. "What's really going on here, Dad? Why are you so desperate to get your hands on my business?" Victor's face flushed red. "How dare you question my motives? I've only ever wanted what's best for this family." "No, you want what's best for Melissa and apparently yourself. What kind of trouble are you in?" Victor and Melissa exchanged nervous glances, and I knew there was more to this story than family favoritism. Time to find out what they were hiding. The next morning, I called Raymond, Dad's business associate who'd always been straight with me. "Can we meet? Somewhere private?" 2 hours later, we sat in a back booth at Denny's, away from prying ears. "Thanks for coming, Raymond. I need the truth about my father's business." Raymond stirred his coffee slowly. "I've been waiting for this conversation. Victor's company is underwater. Has been for months." "How bad?" "Bad enough that the bank's threatening to call in his loans. 3 failed property developments in a row. He's leveraged everything." I leaned forward. "And somehow my marketing agency is supposed to fix this?" "He's been telling people he has a stake in your company, that it's a family business." "What? That's completely false." Raymond nodded. "I know, but he's desperate. Word is he promised Melissa he'd bankroll her failing design business with the profits from yours." "Using money that isn't his to give. Unbelievable." That evening, I called Victor. "I've been thinking about your proposal. Maybe there's something to this family business idea." His voice brightened immediately. "That's wonderful news, honey. I knew you'd come around. But I'll need everything formalized. Business plan, ownership structure, financial projections. We don't need all that red tape between family. Dad, this is business. I need paperwork." He paused. "Fine, I'll draw something up." The next day, I called my lawyer and had small recording devices installed in my office. Then I texted Melissa. "Coffee? Just us sisters. No Dad." We met at the cafe across from my office. Melissa looked terrible. Dark circles under her eyes, nails bitten to the quick. "Thanks for meeting me," I said, sliding her latte across the table. "Look, about yesterday? I didn't know Dad was contacting your clients." "How much do you owe, Mel?" She nearly choked on her drink. "What?" "Credit card debt. You mentioned collectors calling." Her shoulders slumped. "Almost 80 grand. I kept borrowing to keep the studio open, thinking the next big client would save me." "And Dad promised to bail you out with my company?" "He said you'd never miss it. That you owe the family after all Dad did for you." I laughed without humor. "Like what? Telling me my business would fail? That I was wasting my degree?" Melissa looked genuinely confused. "He said he funded your startup. That it was his connections that got you started? That's a lie. I saved every penny from working with Diana for 2 years. Dad never contributed a dime. But he said, Melissa's face fell. God, I'm an idiot. No, you're just his favorite pawn. Always have been. A week later, the paperwork arrived. A laughable document that would essentially transfer controlling interest of Spark Creative to a new parent company, with Victor as CEO and Melissa as creative director. My role? Consultant. It's perfect, I told Victor on the phone, swallowing my rage. Let's make it official. Family meeting at my office Friday at 3. Wonderful. I'll bring champagne. Oh, and Dad? I invited Raymond too, for his expertise. Raymond, that's not necessary. I insist. Oh, and wear something nice. I'm having a photographer document this historic family moment. What Victor didn't know was that I'd also invited 3 key clients, my lawyer and Diana. Friday couldn't come fast enough. Friday at 2:45, I stood in my conference room as Victor and Melissa arrived. Victor carrying champagne with his signature smug smile. Why are all these people here? I thought this was family business. I gestured to the seats where Raymond, Diana, and representatives from 3 major clients were already waiting. It is family business, but with significant stakeholders involved. Please, sit down. I dimmed the lights and activated the projector, displaying Victor's company financials. This is Palmer Development Group's current state. Effectively bankrupt with $2.3 million in debt. Victor jumped up. This is private information. Public record, actually. Next slide shows emails you sent to my clients claiming I was stepping back due to personal issues. The clients shifted uncomfortably in their seats. That's a misunderstanding. I played the recording of Victor telling Melissa they needed my business to solve their financial problems. Melissa's face crumpled. Is this true? Raymond, could you share what Victor asked you to do? Raymond nodded. Victor asked me to falsely tell investors he had a stake in Spark Creative. He wanted me to help transition control to him and Melissa. Victor's face flushed dark red. You traitor! And finally, here's the merger agreement that would transfer my company to Victor while making me a consultant in my own business. I faced the room. I built this company with 0 family support, despite being told repeatedly I would fail. That's enough, Charlie. Victor tried to stand. No, it's not. You sabotaged my business, lied to my clients, and used Melissa as a pawn to solve your financial disasters. Melissa looked up, tears streaming. Was this all about saving your company, Dad? Victor couldn't meet her eyes. One of my clients stood up. I think we've seen enough. Charlie, count on our continued business, with you exclusively. 3 months later, Spark Creative moved into larger offices. Victor's business collapsed after partners abandoned him. He'd left dozens of increasingly apologetic voicemails. I deleted every single one. My office door opened, and Melissa walked in, looking healthier than I'd seen in years. Thanks for meeting me. I've been thinking about what happened. She placed a portfolio on my desk. I've started over with a smaller studio focusing on sustainable design. It's growing steadily. That's great, Mel. I have a proposal. A joint project combining your marketing expertise with my design skills. Equal partnership, completely transparent. No Victor involved. I studied her face, seeing sincerity and something new, respect. I'll think about it. That's all I'm asking. On your terms, not anyone else's. For the first time in months, I smiled at my sister. What would you do if you were in Charlie's position? Should she give Melissa a second chance with this business partnership? Or is letting family back into your professional life always a mistake, even when they seem to have changed? Would you forgive someone who tried to take what you built? Or is keeping toxic family members at a distance the only way to protect yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this revenge story, hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories just like this one. New videos every day.